I had another video lined up for you guys today, but we have a developing story that first broke this week, and it's big news. Texas state lawmakers have agreed on the largest property tax cut in state history. So today, I'm going to explain to you the nuts and bolts of this deal, what it means if you live in the Greater New Braunfels area, because it's not the same for everybody, and is this huge, large property tax cut, planned property tax cut, really sustainable over time? If you guys are new here to my channel, thank you so much for hopping aboard, because you know every week we're trying to put out relevant content just like this about what it's like to live in New Braunfels. After haggling and going back and forth for several months, finally the state Senate and House have agreed on the largest property tax cut in state history. Now, as of 8 a.m., as of this recording, Thursday, July 13th, the Senate has signed off on it, and now it goes to the House for approval before going to the governor, who is expected to sign it. So this is likely, but it's not a done deal yet. All right, guys, let's get to the nuts and bolts of this deal. Here are the highlights of the $18 billion tax cut. More than $12 billion would be spent on reducing the school property tax rate for homeowners and businesses. The current homestead exemption, and this is a big one, would increase from $40,000 to $100,000 for Texas homeowners, and savings on the franchise tax for small businesses. Non-homestead, this is a big one too, non-homestead properties valued at $5 million or less, residential or commercial, would receive a 20% cap on appraised value. Of all the highlights I just mentioned, the biggest one, the biggest component in all of this is the homestead exemption increasing to $100,000, because that's going to give homeowners here in Texas the greatest relief. Now, let's say you're living in the Greater New Braunfels area. This is going to play out two different ways. So let's get to those two different scenarios with some simple math so you understand what's going on here. Here's the first scenario. Let's say you're a homeowner within the boundaries of the New Braunfels Independent School District, and let's say your house is assessed at $400,000. Now, guys, we're looking at the assessed number, not the market value, but the assessed number, because that's where the taxing entities begin, like roads, water, schools. So we're looking at assessed value. Your house is assessed at $400,000. Now we're going to subtract that new $100,000 homestead exemption from the $400,000 and come up, of course, with $300,000. The school property tax in New Braunfels Independent School District is around 1.20. So take that number, the 1.20, and apply it to the $300,000, and you get $3,600. That's $720 less than the current homestead exemption, so you would be saving hundreds of dollars every year. All right, the second scenario, if you live within the boundaries of the Comal Independent School District, take that same, let's just keep it simple, take that same assessed $400,000 and subtract the new $100,000 homestead exemption, and you get $300,000. Now, here's where it gets different, because the Comal Independent School District offers homeowners within its boundaries an additional homestead exemption of 20%. Take that 20% and apply it to your market value now. Let's say your market value on this $400,000 assessed home is around $480,000, again, for simple math. So you apply the 20% to $480,000 and you come up with $96,000. So you take that $96,000 and subtract it from the $300,000 and you come up with $204,000, which is your new taxable value. One more step here. Take that $204,000 and apply it to the current Comal Independent School District tax rate, which is around 1.27, and you come up with around $2,600. That's $762 less than the current homestead exemption. So again, you're saving hundreds of dollars on your property taxes every year. Not only is this big news, it's very welcome news if you're a homeowner in the state of Texas, but, and sometimes there's always a but, let's say the House does approve this and it goes on to the governor and the governor signs off on it, and this November voters approve it as well. Will this huge property tax cut in the state of Texas actually last? Will it be sustainable? I mean, it helps, it definitely gives relief to homeowners, but what about the taxing entities like schools, which is the biggest taxing entity? I mean, schools here in the New Braunfels area, and I'm sure in other parts of the state of Texas, have been passing school bonds from left to right the last several years to accommodate all of our growth coming in from other areas and other states. You have to build new schools, right? And upgrade technology and safety and things like that. Guys, remember, there's always going to be two sides to this coin, right? when you give to one, i.e. homeowners, you're taking from another, i.e. schools. And can schools in Texas and the New Braunfels area actually be competitive with less funding? Or will the school districts just decide when they meet in August and September coming up here to raise their property tax rate on homeowners? These are very real questions to ask. I want to hear from you right now. Are you in favor of this huge property tax cut in the state of Texas? Or are you leaning the other way? Are you not in favor of it? Also let me know, because we're here to educate and inform. Did the information on today's video, does it help you out? Let me know in the comment section as well. And guys, if you want to know what your property taxes are, if you live in Comal County, just visit this website. You'll get all the information you need to know. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.